Hello, grade 7. This is Mrs. Lopez. Today we are learning lesson 5 in our module 3 and writing equivalent expressions. The basics for this lesson we learned in lesson 3 when we talked about distributive property. Now we are just practicing this distributive property and applying the rules that we've learned so far. So let's take a look at example 1. Distributing a fraction. We already had those fractions in lesson 3. We need to write this product and then write an equivalent expression by combining like terms and removing the parentheses. Okay, so right away I'm looking at the first one and I see 1/4 times the difference of 8x and 12. What we want to do is to change the subtraction into addition of the opposite right away. That will make your life so much easier and will make solution of the problem a lot easier. We will have 8x plus negative 12. After we did that, we can apply the distributive property, multiplying 1/4 by 8x and multiplying 1/4 by negative 12. Okay? Since you are multiplying by a fraction, remember that we can multiply by a fraction any whole number by placing it over 1 and creating that improper fraction. When I take a fourth of 8, or I can simplify 8 and 4, whatever you want to think about, you will get 2x. Okay, so 8 and 4 can get simplified by dividing by 4 both numbers. 8 will become 2, 4 will become 1, and 1 times 2x is 2x. Okay, when I multiply 1/4 by negative 12, I can simplify 12 and 4 by 4, and I will get negative 3 on top of 12, on top of 1 here, and 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. There is nothing else I can do in terms of simplifying or adding because these are not like terms. So that's what it is. I just leave it as is. Okay, next one. Um, again, I see subtraction right away. My hand goes right here, change into add the opposite. This way, it's so much easier and less confusing. Then we are using distributive property to multiply 1/5 by 25y, 1/5 by 10z, and 1/5 by negative 30. I'm going to rewrite it to make it easier for you to understand. 1/5 times 25y over 1 plus 1/5 times 10z over 1 plus 1/5 times negative 30 over 1. So now I can simplify 5 and 25, dividing both numbers by 5. 25 changes into 5. 5 will be a 1. 1 times 5y is 5y. Then we'll have 1/5 times 10z. 5 and 10 can also be simplified. Both numbers can be divided by 5. 5 will become 1, 10 will become 2, and 1 times 2z is 2z. And then again, I can simplify 5 and negative 30. 5 will become 1, 30 will become 6. 1 times negative 6 is negative 6. There is nothing I can add together. All of these terms are not like terms. This is the simplest form. We are done. All right, exercise 1. We are practicing what we've learned. So we are applying distributive property to both numbers inside the parentheses. So 1/4 times, well, I'll write it this way, 4x over 1 plus 1/4 times 8 over 1. 4 and 4 can get simplified. You have only x remaining. Plus 8 and 4 can get simplified. 8 will become 2. 1 times 2 is 2. Done. Pretty easy, isn't it? Next one, 1/6 times the difference of 12x and plus and minus 36. I'm already thinking about plus negative. That's why it took me a while to think about it. 1/6 we are multiplying by 12x, and 1/6 we are multiplying by negative 36. 1/6 times 12x over 1 and plus 1/6 times negative 36 over 1. 12 and 6 can get simplified. We will have 2x remaining. And 6 and negative 36 can be simplified, and you will have 6 here, 1 here. So you will get plus negative 6 plus negative 6. There is nothing I can add together. Next one, same exact thing, multiplying 1/3 by negative 6x over 1 plus 1/3 multiplied by 18 over 1. 3 and 6 can get simplified by 3. 6 will become 2. 3 will become 1. 1 times negative 2x is negative 2x. 3 and 18 can get simplified by dividing both numbers by 3. 3 will become 1. 18 will become 6 plus 6. Same exact thing here, even though you have 3 terms inside the parentheses, change subtraction into addition of the opposite. 1/9 times 81y over 1 plus 1/9 times negative 27x over 1 plus 1/9 times 108 over 1. 81 and 9 can get simplified by 9. 81 will become 9, 9 will become 1. 1 times 9y is 9y plus 27 and 9 can get simplified. 27 will become 3. So you will get negative 3x. And 9 and 108 can be simplified. 108 will turn into 12. 9 will turn into 1. And you have 12 here. Again, all of the terms are not like terms, so we just leave it as is. We are done. Okay, moving on to the next one. Again, same exact thing, bunch of problems on using distributive property. I will just go over a couple here that don't look exactly like the ones we just did. So let's take this second row, 3/4 times 16x plus 40. Exactly the same thing. I'm multiplying 3/4 by 16x over 1 and adding 3/4 multiplied by 40 over 1. Okay, because we are multiplying number outside the parentheses by both numbers inside. I can simplify 4 and 16. 4 will become 1, 16 will become 4. Now, to make it what is left, I'm multiplying 3 by 4x, which will give me 12x plus, and I simplify 4 and 40. 4 will become 1, 40 will become 10. 3 times 10 is 30. Okay. Last one, change subtraction into addition of the opposite right away. 5/8 I'm going to multiply by negative 24x over 1 plus 5/8 I'm going to multiply by negative 48y over 1, and I'm going to multiply 5/8 by 8 over 1. So I'm multiplying number outside the parentheses by all the 3 terms inside the parentheses. I can simplify 8 and 24. 24 will become 3. 8 will become 1. 5 times negative 3x is negative 15x. Then we have 8 and negative 48 can be simplified. And 48 will turn into 6. 8 will turn into 1. 5 times negative 6y is negative 30y. And then I have 8 and 8 that can be simplified. Both will become 1. And I have 5 left. That is all. So what I want you to do right now, Actually, here's one more that doesn't look like it. Um, this one is a little bit different because this last one, because you are multiplying number outside the parentheses by both numbers inside the parentheses. This -3 is not in the parenthesis, so we don't need to multiply by it. Okay, um, so we'll have 1/8 times 24x and 1/8 times -4, and that's it. And you will add -3 at the end. So what you will have is 1/8 times 24x over 1 plus 1/8 times -4 over 1 plus -3. Okay, and that's how you're going to continue. 8 and 24 can get simplified by 8. 24 changes into 3, so you'll have 3x plus 8 and -4 can be simplified. 8 will turn into 2, 4 will turn into 1, and here we don't need to simplify anything. So here I will have -1 over 2. So you got actually -1/2 here because 1/8 you're multiplying by -4, um, and that 8 is on the bottom, right? It's in the denominator. That's why you will get 2 on the denominator, not in the numerator. And then you have -3 left out. Now, do we have any like terms? Yes, we do. We have -1/2 and -3. Even though one of them is a fraction, one of them is an integer, doesn't mean that we can't add them together, right? So we will add them and we will get -1/2 plus -3 and 1/2. So you will have 3x plus -3 and 1/2. Now we are done. Okay, I need you to pause this video, work through these problems, and then compare the answers once you're done. Alright, so let's quickly compare the answers. For the first two, I got -12x plus -9y plus -2. And second one for y plus -c plus 5. I have them in circled because I want you to see where my work is and where my answer is. Yours don't have to be circled. It will be easier for me to see where your answer is, but as long as I see your work as well as the answer, that is okay. For the next row, we got 4/5 x plus 8. You can have x right next to the 4. That is totally fine because they mean the same exact thing. It's just x over 1, right? So you can multiply 4 by x. We can just put it right next to it. In the next one, you will have 1/4 x plus 2. And in the last one, this one was a little bit tricky because you would have improper fractions and you would want to change them into mixed numbers. So that's the only difference from the other problems. So I got 3 and 3/4 x plus -2 and 1/2. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next one. Exercise 2. Write each expression in standard form. Okay, so now we have this expression. Find the sum of -3x and 8x. So what we want to do, we see the sum. Sum means add, right? So we are adding -3x and 8x. And since we already know how to add them, you will get 5x. Pretty simple. Find the sum of -8y, 7y and 4y plus 2. So the sum between this and this. These is used together. How do I show what is being used together? By putting that in parentheses. So you will get -7y plus the sum, right? and uh, for y plus 2 written in parentheses. Because it's only the addition, it really doesn't matter because we are going to add them anyways, right? Um, and because it's addition, it doesn't matter what comes first, in what order I put these terms. I have three terms that I'm adding. I have two terms that are like terms. Negative 7y plus 4y, you'll get negative 3y. And you have plus 2 that is left out. You cannot use distributive property here because it's an addition problem, it's not multiplication. So all I need to do is to add them together. 2 cannot be added to a not like term. Okay, so that is my answer. Okay, now find the difference. Difference means subtraction, right? When 6x is subtracted from this problem. Okay, so 6x is taken away from this. Since it's taken away from this, this difference will have to come first. So 2x minus 4, and we are taking 6x away from it. Okay, now since I have two subtraction problems, I need to make sure I change them into addition of the opposite. And now you have all addition problems that, again, parentheses don't matter. You have two like terms that can be added together. 2x and negative 6x. You will get negative 4x and negative 4. Okay, I will even underline this. Okay, and I will write original problem here just for you to see how it all changed. 2x minus 4, and we're taking away 6x. Okay, next one. Find the difference when negative 3z minus 7 is subtracted from y plus 4. Again, I'm finding the difference. It means I'm going to subtract. I'm going to subtract this from this. So this expression will have to come first in our subtraction problem. So y plus 4, and I'm taking away negative 3z minus 7. Okay, now I need to make sure that I change them all into addition, right, to be able to simplify. So I will have plus negative here, plus negative here. That is where it becomes tricky, because here now you see the opposite of the sum. Remember in module 2 we learned the opposites of the sum? That means I will have to change um, the opposite of the sum is the sum of the opposites. So I'm going to change both numbers, both terms inside of this parenthesis to their opposites to be able to do something with it. Okay, so you will have y plus 4, then you have plus the opposite of negative 3z is positive 3z. And the opposite of negative 7 is positive 7. That is very important that you remember to change subtraction to addition of the opposite here before you do this part. Otherwise, you're going to mess up um, all of your signs here. Okay. Now let's take a look if you have any like terms. Yes, we do. 4 and 7 can be added together. So you will have 4 plus 7 is 11 plus y plus 3z. Okay? Make sure you do this part, changing subtraction into addition of the opposite. Very, very important. Okay, find the result when 13x plus 2 is subtracted from 11 plus 5x. Since you're subtracting from this expression, this expression will have to come first. So you will have 11 plus 5x take away 13x plus 2. Subtraction changes into addition of the opposite, and again you have the opposite of the sum. So now you're going to change it into the sum of the opposites. 11 plus 5x stays the same, plus the opposite of 13x, negative 13x, and the opposite of 2, negative 2. Now we can combine like terms. We have 11 and negative 2. We have 5x and negative 13x. 11 plus negative 2 is 9. And then here we have 5 plus negative 13 is negative 8x. Find the result when negative 18y minus 4 is added to 4y minus 14. Added to means addition, right? So negative 18y minus 4, we are adding to for y minus 14. Since it's added to, it doesn't matter what comes first, okay? But what you want to make sure is to change all of your subtraction into addition of the opposite. So minus 4 will be plus negative 4, minus 14 will be plus negative 14. Now you can open parentheses without any hesitation. I have two like terms that I can add, negative 18y and 4y, and negative 4 and negative 14. So negative 4 plus negative 14 is negative 18. And then we have plus negative 18y plus 4 will be negative 14y. Okay, moving on. This is our last page in this lesson. I'm sorry it's taking that long. Um, um, so find the result when negative 2x plus 9 is taken away from negative 7x plus 2. So since we are taking away from here, that's what comes first. Negative 7x plus 2 take away negative 2x plus 9. Change subtraction into addition of the opposite. That's all. Now we again have the opposite of the sum right here. So what we will do is negative 7x plus 2 stays the same. Now the opposite of negative 2x will be positive 2x. The opposite of 9 will be negative 9. Okay, and now we are collecting like terms. Negative 7x and 2x, 2 and negative 9. 2 and negative 9 is negative 7 plus negative 7x plus 2x, negative 5x. The reciprocal of 3 and means plus, right? This expression, negative 6y minus 3x. Reciprocal of 3 is 1/3. We are adding negative 6y minus 3x. Change subtraction into addition of the opposite. So plus negative 3x. Now we will go, since this is all addition, we can open parentheses. 1/3 plus negative 6y plus negative 3x. We cannot combine anything else. They're not like terms. Multiplicative inverse of 4 and plus sign for h minus 20. Multiplicative inverse of 4 is the same as reciprocal, so 1/4 plus 4h minus 20. Minus changes plus the opposite, negative 20. So you will get 1/4 plus 4h plus negative 20. There are two like terms, 1/4 and negative 20. You will have to add them together. 1/4 plus negative 20 will be negative 19 and 3/4, because 1/4 is positive, negative 20 is negative. So we'll have to subtract 1/4 from 20, right? And 20 minus 1/4 is 19 and 3/4 with a negative sign because negative 20 has the higher absolute value, plus 4h. Okay, so now we're done. Last one. Find the missing dimension. This is again from lesson 3. We need to see what number was multiplied by 2b to make 24b, and that is 12. Pretty easy. If you have any questions, please message me. Otherwise, I will talk to you in the next lesson.